3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go, D.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
It's easy one. It's coming again.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And able to find Graham, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. They'll run it with Jones. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Tyre Whitehead, top 10 in tackles last year, up to make the play. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
Now Rodgers. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Packers have taken the lead. Extra point try now for Crosby. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the 1st quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play that time for the Raiders. 44 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now. Carr gives to Richard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and goal. This is the former Jet and Brown, Isaiah Crowell. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh, yeah.
It's an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Jalen Richard. His 6th touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Pretty entertaining start. 14-all the score on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. Here's Jones. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Green 18. Inside. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Hey. High 7.
55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Don't get nervous.
Mike, 50.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They got it.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Rashawn Gary in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now Carr. Over the middle here to Brown. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. On 1st down, Richard. And he's got some space here. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that
run. He goes full extension, and he's got it. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. Carr now over 200 yards already in this 1st half. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. That is caught by Brown. Touchdown, Raiders. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. following the touchdown. Ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 22 and a 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Running right, Jones.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, 1st round went to the offense, 2nd round the defense. To throw, it's Rodgers. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 42.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, and his first carry of the game right there, he had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. Rodgers now on 1st down. And the Raiders have got him. Markel Lee just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. And Graham's got it over the middle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 23.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll run on 1st down. Jones. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Geronimo Allison, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. At home, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. These two franchises, very rich histories. This game, of course, part of the NFL 100 series. But the meeting that really sticks out from way back when is 1968 Super Bowl II, which at the time was known as the AFL-NFL World Championship game. But Bart Starr was the MVP of that game. He went against Darryl LaMonica, the Mad Bomber, the quarterback for the Raiders. Packers would get the victory just like they did the year before in the first ever Super Bowl over the Chiefs. And Bart Starr was also the MVP of that game as well. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th down with Carr. It's complete to Grant. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st. Carr now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Zadarius Smith picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this? And the pressure gets to him again. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Carr. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
A field flipper there, a 47-yard punt coupled with a loss on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit. They've got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, it's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
93.
Carr now on first down. Working the middle here. That's complete to Moreau, the tight end. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally. On first down, Richard. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. And that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down.
And that's where this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 24-yard line. They'll run on first down. Richard trying to run inside, but nothing there. The tackle made there by Kyler Fackrell.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, Carr. And this is going to be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Rodgers now to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Open man is Allison, complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Rodgers to Allison, good for a Green Bay first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 36.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. A run there on first down, and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Nevin Lawson there on the tackle.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They'll go again to Jones. Gets through, and now an opening. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that is caught for the 2 points. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
He's going deep into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Graham. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. On first down, Rodgers. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Adams. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. The end result, 21 yards.
Check back, check back. Check. Check nine.
Now Jones. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. They come out here in the eye. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones taking it in. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Now Crosby for the point after. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Flush to his right. His throw incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target. And it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Carr. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Back now at Lambeau. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the... And he is in! Touchdown, Raiders! Jalen Richard, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are back within a single score. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Now Jones. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Josh Morrow on the stop. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Now it's Rodgers. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Rodgers now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check 24, check 24.
Jones. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 24-yard line. Rodgers now 14 out of 17, 82%, and it's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
We are going.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Rodgers. And Graham's got it. Complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 12 yards there and a 1st down. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Here's Rodgers to throw. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Eric Harris who picks it. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. But they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
This fielded at the 2. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Here's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete. It was Darryl Worley there to knock that one free. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Throwing now is Rodgers. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
26.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. On 2nd down now, it's Jones. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. This is Jones. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. And Marquell Lee with a stop defensively.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Whip. Watch the whip.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And they're going to get him down shy of the 1st at about the 13-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So a big spot now for Crosby, but he's been here before. And his kick is no good. And just barely missing it wide to the right.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
It's complete to Brown, right side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Coaching spell 6-18. Go Chief.
You go tight. You got tight.
Carr to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. To throw is Rodgers. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Now Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Davante Adams, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. They were trying to erase that deficit in one play.
They certainly were, but how about the reaction time and the instincts back deep to force the incompletion? We might need to mark this one down. We may look back and say, that was a game-saving play.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Again, he was looking for Davante Adams, and that'll make it 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4th down now defensively. Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big 1st down.
And left side here, it's Graham. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
Well, he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Back to throw. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Rodgers to throw. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Bay. He's at the 30, 10, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
At their own 38-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. Well, that would have been something if he could have saved him from that long distance there in the closing seconds, but it was just not meant to be.
They needed a little more time and a little more yardage to give him a realistic shot. And that kick's a good metaphor for this game, isn't it? They're going to wind up a little short in the end.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Green Bay,